The Fear of Speaking English, A Journey to Fluency. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Catherine had always been a good student. She excelled in most subjects, math, science, history, but English was her Achilles heel. Not the reading or writing part, but speaking. Every time she tried to speak English, her heart raced, her palms grew clammy, and her voice would fail her. In her small town in Spain, speaking English wasn't necessary, but Catherine dreamed of traveling and working abroad, and for that, she needed to overcome her fear. One day, she received an opportunity that she both dreaded and longed for, an internship in London. It was her dream city, full of history, culture, and opportunity. But there was one massive hurdle: she would need to speak English fluently. This wasn't a theoretical problem she could brush off. It was real, and she was terrified. Catherine accepted the internship, determined to beat her fear. As her departure date approached, the weight of her anxiety seemed unbearable. She tried practicing in her head, imagining conversations with strangers or rehearsing what she'd say if asked a simple question like, "How are you today?" But imagining wasn't enough. She knew she had to take real action to face this fear head-on. Here's the story of how she did it, and how anyone facing the same challenge can overcome the fear of speaking English. Catherine's first breakthrough came when she admitted to herself that she was scared, and that it was okay to be afraid. For so long, she'd felt embarrassed by her fear, pretending that speaking English didn't bother her, when in fact, it terrified her. She shared her feelings with her English tutor, Mrs. Garcia, who had been teaching her for years. Mrs. Garcia smiled kindly and said, "Catherine, fear is a natural part of learning anything new, especially a language. It's okay to feel nervous, but don't let that stop you. We're going to work through this together." Admitting her fear lifted a weight off Catherine's shoulders. Now that she had acknowledged it, she could focus on overcoming it. Mrs. Garcia recommended that Catherine start small by incorporating English into her daily life. "You don't have to have long, complicated conversations right away," she said. "Start with simple sentences, like introducing yourself or ordering food." Catherine took this advice seriously. She began by speaking to herself in English. Every morning, she would stand in front of the mirror and say, "Good morning, my name is Catherine. I'm from Spain, and I love to read books and travel." She felt silly at first, but after a few days, the words flowed more naturally. She wasn't perfect, but that wasn't the goal. The goal was to get comfortable with speaking English out loud. She also made a habit of thinking in English as much as possible. If she saw something in her home, she would describe it in English, "That's a red chair," or "I'm going to make tea." These small moments helped her get used to forming sentences without overthinking. One of the biggest obstacles for Catherine was the fear of judgment. She was afraid that native speakers would laugh at her mistakes or find her accent odd. To overcome this, Mrs. Garcia suggested Catherine find a safe space to practice, somewhere she could speak without fear of being judged. Catherine joined an online language exchange program where she could practice speaking with people learning Spanish, while they helped her with English. The great thing about these exchanges was that everyone was learning, so there was no pressure to be perfect. The conversations were relaxed, and if she made a mistake, no one cared. They were just excited to communicate and help each other improve. In her first exchange, she spoke to a girl from Brazil named Maria, who was learning Spanish. They agreed to alternate between Spanish and English during their conversations. Maria's English wasn't perfect either, which made Catherine feel at ease. By practicing in this low-pressure environment, she started to feel more confident speaking English without worrying about judgment. In one of her sessions with Mrs. Garcia, Catherine admitted, "I'm so afraid of making mistakes. I feel like I'll sound stupid." Mrs. Garcia replied with a story about when she was learning French. "I once told a waiter that I wanted to eat a chair because I confused the words for chair and steak. We all laughed, and you know what? I never made that mistake again." Making mistakes is how you learn. Catherine realized that mistakes weren't something to fear, they were opportunities to improve. So she stopped trying to be perfect. Instead, she focused on communicating her ideas, even if her sentences weren't flawless. Little by little, she became more comfortable with making errors and learned from them. To overcome her fear, Catherine knew she needed to surround herself with English as much as possible. She started watching English TV shows with subtitles, listening to English music, and reading English books. At first, it was hard to keep up, but over time, she noticed she was understanding more and more. She also made an effort to speak English whenever she could. At her local coffee shop, she began ordering in English. The barista, who was also learning English, happily played along. These small interactions gave her the confidence to speak in real-world situations. One of Catherine's biggest fears was speaking in important situations, like in meetings or with her colleagues during the internship. She was worried she'd forget the words or freeze up. Mrs. Garcia gave her some useful advice: plan ahead. Think about what you want to say, and practice it a few times before you have the conversation. Before her first meeting at work, Catherine practiced what she wanted to say. She wrote down key phrases and rehearsed them in front of the mirror, just as she had when she started speaking English. This preparation helped her feel more confident, and when the meeting came, she spoke clearly and confidently. As she continued to practice, Catherine began to see progress. She had her first full conversation in English with a colleague at work. She gave a small presentation during a team meeting. She even received compliments on her English from her supervisor. Each small success felt like a huge victory. To keep herself motivated, Catherine kept a journal of her English learning journey. She wrote down new words she learned, conversations she had, and moments when she felt proud of her progress. Looking back at her journal helped her see how far she had come, and it gave her the courage to keep pushing forward. After a few months in London, Catherine's fear of speaking English wasn't entirely gone, but it had shrunk significantly. She continued to practice every day, even if only for a few minutes. Consistency, she realized, was the key to long-term improvement. The more she spoke, the more confident she became. Catherine's journey to overcoming her fear of speaking English wasn't easy, but it was worth it. By acknowledging her fear, starting small, practicing in a safe environment, embracing her mistakes, and staying consistent, she gradually became more confident. Her advice to anyone facing the same fear: take it one step at a time. You don't have to be perfect. Just keep practicing, stay positive, and don't give up. Fluency is a journey, not a destination. By the end of her internship, Catherine not only conquered her fear of speaking English but also discovered a newfound love for learning languages. See you in the next videos.